Sports show, we back, baby. Drone and yo, you ready to go? Then let's start the show. 2Dawgs are back with a brand new season. Yeah, you know the reason. Sports talk, flavor, got that extra seasoning. Drone and yo, stay on the go. Looking for scores and stats, then this your show. 2Dawgs, they got the breakdown. Yeah, we throw down in T-Town. Look no further, Dan. You have just found the #1 sports talk show. Savage picks from yo, big dog picks from Drone. Wanna welcome y'all back home. Can't forget the latest news. Yeah, them dudes, cause we them boys. Please say the noise. Free giveaways, highlights for the game today. Let's start the show. Come on, I lead the way.
Man, it's time to start being more transparent in the body of Christ.
What up? It's the 2Dawgs Sports Talk Show coming at you this Tuesday afternoon here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we got some nice weather, but it's windy. I don't know what. Our hearts and prayers go out to the city of Manford because of everything that they're going through with the weather and with the fires. The homes are destroyed down there in Manford. But it's windy again, man. I'm talking about it's crazy, man. So how's it going, man?
The wind is ridiculous, bro. We done had 50, 60, 40 mile per hour winds. And when everything dry, it don't take so a spark. They said one spark was from a car wreck and the power line got hit. The power line sparked a fire. And it spread quickly. I'm like, vegetation is that dry?
Yeah, it's dry, man. We need some rain, dog.
We need a bunch of rain.
We need some rain. It was crazy. I was going down to the city this week, last weekend. You had the state tournament down there. And I was going down there, man. I'm talking about that wind was so high, dog. I'm talking about you'll think that we just had a big, like we stay in the desert or something. Yeah. It was just dust everywhere. Yeah. You couldn't see nothing. It was just cloudy. Yes. I'm like, you made sure when you got next to a big 18-wheeler, you got by him as quick as possible because you didn't know which way he was going. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, it was. It was that day they said it was 80 degrees, but when you looked outside, you couldn't see it. It was cloudy and dusty, and the wind was blowing, your car blowing all over the road. It's been...
Yeah, like I said, if it wasn't for the wind, the weather would have been perfect.
Yeah, but we had plenty of wind. If you need to fly a kite...
that's why I put on Facebook, y'all on the 2Dawgs Sports Talk Show with Drone and we talking nothing but ball today. We had high school ball last week. We got NBA. We got March Madness. We might talk a little bit of football, but hey, we talking about ball. And we got a special guest. We got the state champion of the 5A Booker T. Washington Hornet boys, Coach Eli Brown, to be up in here. He was on her last week, but he's gonna be up here. He's gonna talk a little bit about the game. Yeah, man. I was telling somebody. I said when I was growing up, we had kite day.
Yeah.
At Academy Central, my parents would never buy me a kite. I'm like, I'm sitting there having to watch everybody else fly a kite because my daddy wouldn't buy me no kite. Because back then kites wasn't like as cheap as it is now. Kites wasn't. You can go get a kite for 97 cents.
Yeah.
Back then you couldn't get no kite for 97 cents.
Now it's more like $6-7.
And it's not like kites was like $20 or whatever. And it's not like that. My dad couldn't give me a kite. They was just too cheap to get me one. He wasn't supposed to pay no $6 or $10 for me to go fly a kite. Made me sort of upset. I'm one of the only ones
who didn't have a
kite. I couldn't find no. I'm sitting there watching everybody else, and I'm sitting in the corner like, can I fly your kite? Will you let me fly your kite? And they looking at me like I done stole something, won't let me fly the kite. So, I hated kite day, man.
And your daddy probably said, it's the principle.
Yeah. Hey, man, I tell you, It's not crazy. I love my pops. My pops is my heart. That's my hero. He taught me everything I know, the whole nine. I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world. You're my freshman year, right?
Yeah.
At Central. We in Tulsa Central. And we used to have a crowning ceremony before a talent show called King Days.
Yeah.
So I was voted as one of the freshmen attendants.
Okay.
So we got to buy a tuxedo.
Yeah, a red.
Yeah, we're in a tuxedo. My daddy told me to tell them. They voted me in, and they want me to have a tuxedo.
They need to buy it.
They'll pay for it. They'll pay for it. I'm like, Pops, real? It's like that? I ain't supposed to pay no $80 and rent no tuxedo for you. If they want you to have one, they'll rent it. I said, ain't this about one?
Wow.
So Mr. Hunt, Mr. Hunt was a cool fella. That was my partner. Mr. Hunt rented me a tuxedo because I was voted in. So he rented a tuxedo for me. But my dad wouldn't even rent me a tuxedo, man.
That sounds like Mr. Hunt. That sounds like him. That dude was true and true about his craft and about kids.
Yeah. But my dad wouldn't even rent me a tuxedo, man. He said,
wow.
he said if they want you to have a tuxedo, they'll rent it.
Wow.
And he was serious with it too, dog.
He said, my money ain't going towards
that's the same man that when I came home with my name in the back of my head.
Yeah. Told you need to go cook.
He said, you better not come back in this house tomorrow with that in your head. I'm like, huh? I had to pay for this.
Yeah.
You better not come in this house tomorrow with the dad. They got to cut all my hair off. I don't care. You better not come. And my hair was my pride and joy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Samson. Not my hair. My strength come from my hair. He said, you better not come in this house tomorrow with that in your head.
Wow.
You represent me. It got your last name.
Yeah.
Whatever you I said, ain't this about one?
Wow.
Hey man, I got so many, man. I got some pants made once. Back then when we was in school, getting artwork put on your pants was the style.
Yeah.
Man, I had the city of Tulsa put on my pants. I still got these pants today. I ain't throw them out. I had the city of Tulsa on the pants. I had my picture and the cartoon character on one side, city of Tulsa on another side, my name. Man, my daddy told me, my daddy told me, he said, you better not wear them. I'm like, huh? I had to pay $20 to get this done. $20 back then was hard to come by.
Yeah.
I said, Dad, I paid $20 to get this done. I don't care how much money you paid for it. You better not wear them. I said, ain't this about? I had to sneak to wear them one time and had to make sure I didn't get in trouble at school so he wouldn't see me wearing them pants.
Wow.
Hey man, but my pops, same man wouldn't buy me an Atari even when it was 50 cents.
$50? Atari?
Atari, $50, man. My daddy wouldn't even buy me an Atari.
2,600?
2,600.
Wow.
He wouldn't buy me an Atari. I didn't get a TV until I was a senior in high school.
Oh no.
Yeah. I didn't have a TV in my room till I was a senior in high school.
So you always had to watch what he watched. So you probably were still watching Gunsmoke and Bonanza.
Gunsmoke, Bonanza, The Rifleman, that Big Valley, Beverly Hillbillies, Andy To this day, I cannot stand the entrance of The Rifleman, him shooting that gun 7 times.
Dang. You didn't count it how many shots he done took?
Hey,
man.
Hey, man. I cannot stand it to this day. Yeah.
The Rifleman.
Yeah. I used to have to watch It's a Wonderful Life 20 times during Christmas.
Oh.
We can't. My wife, can we watch? No, we ain't. This movie cannot even come on our TV.
he didn't watch it so much that it will not air on his house.
No,
wow.
No, it can't even come on TV, dog. It can't even come on TV, dog. No. Cause no, dog. No. That's my life, man. That's my life, dog.
You was always told no.
I wasn't always told no.
But the stuff you thought was a priority was a no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard it quite a bit. With nobody coming to my room. I only had probably 2 friends that he ever allowed to come in my room.
Lachey?
Nuh-uh. Lachey wasn't even there. It was a dude named Mike and a dude named Chris Nelson.
Okay.
There was only 2 dudes he ever allowed come in my room. And when he came in the room, you wasn't sitting on the bed. So either we gonna sit on the floor, but we wasn't sitting on the bed.
Wow.
That's it.
See, my parents was totally different. Maylon, my best friend, would come over in the morning with a bowl of cereal, and my parents would just let him in the house. I wake up, he playing video games, sitting on my floor playing video games, eating cereal.
Now Mike could. Mike can come over to the house. If I'm asleep, my mama let him in the house. Chris, same way.
Yeah.
Cause growing up to me, once you came over my house more than once, you're not visiting no more, man.
Yeah.
Can you give me some water? But dude, you better go up in there and get your own water. Your own water.
Well, that was my parents. Once my mom let you in the house and she honked the horn when the groceries come in.
You better come out there and
help. Come out there and get well, no, you wouldn't be like, man, what y'all doing, bro? You better get up.
Yeah, you got that. And my dad, we had to go get the groceries. My daddy sat right there on that seat.
With the remote control?
And told us to go get the groceries. And then told us to go help put them up. He didn't give a finger.
He wasn't getting up.
I guess he looked at it. I paid for him. I gave the money for him.
That's what I said. That's what I do. I got tired of when I was able to drive. My mama worked down at the Williams Center. About 4:45, my daddy would go get your mama. And I'm like, I ain't even got my driver's license. He was like, boy, go get your mama. But I know why. Because my mother was supposed to get off at 5, but my mother didn't walk out the building till about 5:20 because she had to put up everything on her desk. She had to go use the bathroom. So my dad was like, He ain't waiting. So he gonna send me to on the front line so I can sit there and wait because she wasn't coming out before 5:20, bro. 5:20 exactly, and here she come, 4'11" of a 5:20. She get off at 5. Now, if you ain't there when she walked out the building, it was a problem. But she didn't come out the building at 5:20.
Yeah, no. My dad going to school. You better not miss the bus.
Yeah.
You missed the bus. You walking to school.
Yeah.
Oh, you better not stay at home.
Yeah. No.
You walking to school.
Yeah.
Rain, sleet, or snow. No. You missed the bus. You walking to school.
Yeah, you gonna foot it.
Yeah. Now I might call my mama. She might come back and get me. But him?
Nah.
Yeah. Nah.
You better catch that bus. You better be early.
Yeah. Yeah. That's him. That's my dad, boy. He's a mess, boy. That man. He's the one that he'll have in his truck. He had all kinds of stuff in the front. He had a container full of nothing but change. He can tell when you move something in that change jar.
Hey, yo. So you couldn't get 20 cents.
You couldn't get 20 cents. He can tell when you move something in that change jar, dog. He's out peppermint. If you took one peppermint, he knew.
Boy, you better replace my peppermint.
Wasn't you better replace it. Why you mess my stuff and didn't ask?
Dang. Daddy, it's a peppermint, bro. It didn't matter.
It's the principle of the thing.
It's the principle.
It's the principle. It's the principle. And then my brother got a whooping one time because we was fighting over a penny.
A penny.
We came home. I remember to a day we came home. We went to Brahms after night service at church.
Okay.
We went to Brahms. And me and my brothers, we was fighting over a penny, fussing. We got home. My daddy said, "You gonna get us?" Oh, he got us
for a penny.
And I was like, Mom, I said, he whooped us over a penny. She said it wasn't because it was a penny. It was because she was fighting over money. He never explained all that. My mother did the explaining.
He just did the enforcement.
Yeah, he just did that. He said it was because you was fighting over money. It was the teacher. You don't ever fight over money.
Family over money. Yeah.
No, you don't fight over money. Period.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he walked to. If me and my brother have a fight, you brothers, you don't fight each other. You family.
Oh.
You don't fight.
See, mine was totally different, bro. I remember my brother. We had gear. So my brother went to school after I did. So one day we didn't have practice. We got to come home early Thursday. So I'm in the house. TV Raps coming on. I'm watching TV Raps. I hear my little brother. So he didn't come through the front. He went to the front door, but he didn't come through the kitchen. He went the back way. I walks in the room because I thought I saw my shirt.
Oh, he wore your shirt, dog.
Yeah. I said, bro, what you doing in my gear? Oh, mama said I could wear it. Huh?
Oh, dog. You get him.
Yeah, I was like, so later, you're not going to even wash the shirt? You're just going to hang it back up? That's what I always do. Huh?
Did you get him?
Man, got him.
What your daddy say?
He said, well, you should have been wearing his clothes.
I see, my daddy wouldn't did that.
Yeah.
My daddy would say, well, no, he might have. He might have said, no, he would have told my brother you shouldn't have messed with it, but then he would have got on to me.
For beating him up?
Yeah.
So you can't win. You cannot win.
Yeah, that's what it was. Our children, me and my brothers, our children got into it.
Yeah.
And they wasn't talking, and they got into it. My daddy got on to do. He said, hold on. Y'all cousins.
Yeah.
Y'all my
first cousins.
Y'all my grandchildren. I better not ever hear y'all fighting and not getting along again in y'all life. We ain't had that situation, not again. Because
Grandpa laid the law down.
Yep. Yep. That's where it is. But hey, we had somebody lay down the law on Saturday, and we're gonna talk about it when we get back. We had a swarm of hornets going around in Oklahoma City, and they was stinging everything that was running. And we're gonna talk about it when we get back here on the 2Dawgs Sports Talk Show.
Just like Christ. I wanna be 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 just like Christ.
I had a rough life, cause a lot on my own in my younger life. I was a rolling stone. If you're looking for me, I'm probably at home unless I'm ministering. Then I'm out on the road. Had a short fuse, TNT would explode. PTSD from street life, I've been told. Got soft in my heart, used to be stone cold. Was a dead man walking, Lazarus being rose. I'm so thankful, blessed to see another day. Risen the Bible belt, okay, editor MOMA. Used to run D plus MC, now I walk this way. Faith plus grace. Once you've had a taste, I'ma serve him till I see my Savior face to face. Store this word in my heart, cut and paste. Copy of Christ, etch a sketch, I'ma trace his steps, no stutter steps. Run the race of faith.
I wanna be just like Christ. I wanna be just like Christ. I wanna be just like Christ. I wanna be just like Christ.
I serve the God of rebirth, the God of second chance. Wrote us a love letter, true romance. Thank him in advance for the goodness he displays. Pull me out of darkness, change my wicked ways. Stay in his presence, secret place is where I dwell. Was a hot bar, pulled me out of hell. I was slipping DMX soon as I fail. Had an encounter with God in my prison cell. Once you meet Jesus, you never be the same. Grace is the picture, mercy is the frame. Was a wild beast, Holy Spirit had it tame. Used to jump around, finally left the house of pain. I'm so thankful, been chosen by the best. God's peace allowed me to enter rest. Satan gon' tempt, but I'm ready for the test. Took the shield of faith, made a bulletproof vest.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Hey, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Welcome to Black Wall Street Tees and Souvenirs, where you can get the best Black-owned t-shirts, apparel, and souvenirs right here in the heart of Tulsa. For more information, please call 918-523-0608 or shop online with us at bwstshirts.com. And we hope to see you soon.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 782 East Pine Street in Tulsa. We're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
It's your boy Trinity Trey and my bro.
Heathen measuring, holy heathen. Yeah, you gon' be surprised. They gon' be surprised when they recognize Jesus in the skies. Yeah, you gon' be surprised. They gon' be surprised when they recognize Jesus in the skies. It's time to testify. The devil is a lie. Open up your eyes, see Jesus in the skies. It's time to testify. The devil is a lie. Open up your eyes, see Jesus in the skies. They can't believe that I was worthless, now I'm purchased. Kingdom rapper, big stepping in my purpose. Yeah, they can't believe that I was worthless, now I'm purchased. What? Kingdom rapper, big stepping in my purpose. I know it's grace sufficient, I can fall at any minute. So I say spirit filled so they can tell that Jesus did it. He did it. Satan judged me with a grudge. I've been acquitted. True. Jesus love like a drug. Amen. I've been addicted. Woo. He let the 99 come and find me. I'm here today because God is.
Welcome back to the 2Dawgs Sports Talk Show. All right, this week, everybody know this is spring break, and the Booker Foundation presents Spring Break Family Fun Fair. 2 days of fun on Friday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. on March 21st, and then on Saturday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. on March 22nd. Location at 1216 North of Lansing Avenue. To purchase a ticket, please visit Booker School of Music. The tickets are $15 each day. They're going to have fun. I'm looking at this flyer right now. They got Jupiter jumps. They got children everywhere. They got balloons. I see cotton. Is that cotton candy on the picture? You know, drinks, popcorn, smiles, everything. You don't want to miss this. The Booker Foundation presents Spring Break Family Fun Fair. 2 days of fun. Prepare for a day filled with fun, games, and excitement at our Family Fun Fair. This event is ideal for families with children of all ages and will guarantee hours, not minutes, but they said hours of amusement. Friday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., March 21st, and then March 22nd, same time, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., 1216 North Lansing Avenue, and the tickets are $15. All right, y'all. As you know, the state high school basketball tournament was going on down in Oklahoma City all last week. It started at UConn, and then it went to the Big House. And on Saturday, the Booker T. Washington Hornets, they had to, I'm going to say, avenge a heartbreaking loss from the year before and a heartbreaking loss from the year before that. But this year, I say this year, they came out, they started slow first 3 minutes. And I think they were just feeling everything out. And then they looked around and I think Coach Brown looked at him and said, and shook his head and said, "Now." That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking happened. I think he looked at him and I think he said, "Now." Because soon as them 3 minutes hit, it's like they took off. And Lawton couldn't do nothing with them. And they made sure that it wasn't going to be in the ref's hands. It wasn't going to be in Lawton's hands. It was going to be in their hands and their hands only. And they brought back home that gold ball. And we have that coach right here in person today on the show. Coach Brown, what's going on, sir?
Hey, man, how you guys doing? Thank you guys for having me back on the show. I love coming.
What's going on, Coach? So the atmosphere was different.
Yeah.
It was sold out. It was crowded. Fans everywhere. Popcorn, funnel cakes, everything out there.
See, I wish I could have had some of that stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
I was working.
They had corn dogs, popcorn, funnel cakes, anything that you can get at the fair. They had out there.
Yeah.
And
was it as good as our fair?
No, cause they corn dogs look burnt. You know, our fair is gold and brown.
Yeah, man, we got some good corn dogs.
There was brown. There was burnt. But because you came out and you started off slow.
Yeah.
What did you say to your team once they to settle them down?
Well, no, I didn't. The original game plan, I didn't want to show at the beginning of the game because I wanted to see if they were going to change how they played, and they didn't. They didn't change anything about their approach to that game, and so once I saw that they hadn't changed anything, I told them, let's get into our game plan, and they woke us up with a nice run in the beginning in that first 3 minutes, like you said, and then we got punched in the mouth, and all of a sudden it was like, okay, let's get it. And we had 2 air balls in the first 3 minutes as well. And after that, the nerves were shaking off. There was a timeout call, and I said, let's just get our nerves out now. We got them out, got the air balls out the way, and then from there it was a rout.
But it seemed like that alley-oop dunk that they did though, where old dude came from around.
Yeah,
dude jump back to your dog.
Yeah, he's a monster athlete, man.
It seemed like when he did that,
yeah,
it sort of woke y'all a little bit up.
Well, yeah, he got Jock on the backside of a lob. We were too high on that weak side, and so Jock was the middle guy. We had just switched to the zone, and Jock was the middle guy, and Jock was a little bit in front of the left side of the basket, and Jamari had went too high on the wing, which is where 3 came from. Had Jamari been lower on that wing, that play might not have happened, but that play was needed for us to wake up, and it ignited something in us. And when I just said we got punched in the mouth, that's what I was referring to, and that kind of just woke us up from there.
But you did something different that most coaches wouldn't. And what I seen was you didn't start jacking up threes.
No,
you started cutting to the basket. You started shooting mid-range shots, which is totally opposite of what basketball is for the most part now. What made you decide to go that route instead of the other route?
Well, they were pressuring us 94 feet, and so, man, that's something that we do. Ours is a little bit different in design, but theirs were the way they were running it. That defense, it was allowing straight line drives, and it was allowing very little help at the rim. And so I put the shooters in the corners, and we ran our motion offense, and that was really, outside of maybe 2 other sets I called, that was really all we ran the whole game, because one of my players asked me, let's run this. I said, well, you can't really run that against this run and jump, because they're gonna junk it up and mess it up. So you can't run that. So we had to go to our spread, and that allowed us to get downhill and get to the rim and play one-on-one basketball. And when they did help, we would kick it out for shots, and then that's when those threes started falling.
Now, how did you keep your players from wanting to get back at them? Because Lawton is very athletic. They're very athletic, and they'll make you want to, especially if you got athletic players yourself. They'll make you want to go back at them, and when they do something they flex and talk a little bit of noise like you playing pickup ball. How did you keep your players from doing that? Because you got a couple of players that can go back and flex with the best of them. How did you keep them from doing that?
That all started back when we were in preparation for playing Douglas the first game. And I'm not saying Douglas is that same type of demeanor, but in our preparation for those types of teams like that, there's a lot of fundamental work that goes into those practices. Even though we do a segment of fundamentals every practice, it's a lot more heavier in those games that we got to prepare for teams like Douglas and Millwood and Lawton and Dale City and Midwest City. And so the emphasis had been in practice and shoot around and walk through and film that we don't want to dribble right away and just take off. Because as I tell people all the time when I play them, I want as a pressing guy, coach, I want you to dribble. And when I come against teams who love to dribble, it's just like licking your chops. And when you come across a team who loves to pass, then you got to do something different. But they wanted us to just take off dribbling so they could run and jump us and get a bunch of turnovers and lay us up. Well, we knew the kryptonite to that is just spreading the floor and really making two passes out of every double team, moving the ball, people movement, ball movement, we over me. And those were the emphasis. And that's why you go play a team like Vashon from Missouri, who is the number one team in Missouri, who has a whole bunch of those same type dogs that Lawton has. And they have those guys with a bunch of skill and well coached as well. So we had seen that type of movie before. And but that's why you go do that. That's why we go play out of town. 4 out of 7 of our losses came from playing top ranked teams in their states when we went out of town. And so that prepared us. Playing Millwood in this tournament of champions prepared us because they're similar and they're longer, a little bit more athletic across the board than Lawton is. But so we were prepared for that. We had seen that. And we had to right our wrongs that we had against those teams previously. And that's exactly why we scheduled the way we did, so that we could be ready for the state tournament, because we knew it was going to go through a tough defensive team like Lawton or Dale City or Midwest City.
Now, what is it like? Because one of the things, number 0, I don't remember his name.
For us or them?
For you.
Oh, that's Isaac Sanders.
Yeah. To have a coach, someone that's sort of like a coach on, because there was a couple of times when you all started rushing, he settled everything down. What is it where you didn't have to yell at the players? You didn't have to say, hey, slow down, settle down. He was the one to say, slow down, settle down. What is it like to have a player like that on the floor at that age?
Yeah.
To say that.
I mean, you need the calming effect from your players, especially in those chaotic situations. I mean, it's the same reason why we practice with, music playing loud and they could barely hear each other, barely hear me. So that when they're in those situations, it relies on them more. You can't hear me. There were over 9,000 people at that game. It was loud. And so you got to have kids on the floor who can be calm in those chaotic situations. And again, that goes back to the preparation of watching film and seeing how teams either beat them or come close to beating them, and you mimic what they do. But that may mean you have to watch 10 different games against that team you're going to play. And my assistants and I, that's what we do. We're film junkies. My wife will tell you that's, I go out in the garage every evening and have a cigar and I'm watching film. And like right now, I don't know what to do with myself because I'm used to just watching film for the last, 5-6 months. But you build a profile from the teams you think you're gonna go against early, and you start putting the pieces together to that profile and say, okay, this is what we're gonna have to have against this team if we see them. So we start preparing for the state tournament back in January. Who could we possibly see and what's their style? How do we negate that style so that we can win? Just as hard of a style that Dale City brought and Midwest City brought defensively and Lawton, it was the same defensive toughness that you had to go against when you play a team like a Collinsville, who is really good in their zone. And their zone is very stifling and collapse. They collapse the defense to the basket so much you have to figure out ways to beat them. And then you have to figure out ways to negate their ability to hold the ball for 45 seconds every possession. And then you end up with a backdoor cut and you layup. So you prepare for those teams differently, and you just don't prepare the same for every team because no two teams are the same. But what I will say is that in the state tournament for us this year, the 3 teams we faced were very similar in Dale City, Midwest City, and Lawton. And I believe all 3 of those teams played each other throughout the regular season. So we were able to go back and watch film and see what those teams did to each other. And so we had a litany of things that we could have threw at Lawton. Thank God we didn't need to go to all of them, but if we were prepared to go press them if we needed to, because we saw that they were, they struggled a little bit to handle pressure, even though they were a good pressure team. So we were ready, prepared to use all that if we needed to, but we didn't have to get that deep in the bag.
Now, I was looking at you, and you held your composure real well when that 5-minute mark. That 5-minute mark, you probably knew, okay, we got this.
Yeah. Well,
but once it got to about 3 minutes,
it was on.
You couldn't hold it in no more.
It was on. I went back and rewatched it, and I remember the moment, but I didn't know what time on the clock it was. But it was like about 5 minutes. I went down to the end of the bench, told my son, "Go get your mama." I said, "Go get your mama and tell her come over here." And then about at maybe the 3-minute mark, I'm walking down the sideline. I'm angry because we gave up another offensive rebound. I was pissed off, and my coaches was like, "Don't yell at him. Don't get on him. Just let it ride. The game's almost over." I'm like, "No, I'm not." And I went down. I had my towel in my hand. I told one of my sisters, "Can somebody please nicely tell him to rebound?" and then my coach, this is about the 3-minute mark. Eric Gill said, "Coach, we're up 30," and I said, "I don't care." And I was like, he was like, and then my son tapped me on my shoulder and gave me a T-shirt. I was like, "What is this?" And I opened up and looked at it, and that's when it was like, "Oh, this is a state check." And I showed the crowd the shirt, and it was on after that.
He couldn't hold it in no more.
It was on after that
because he held it. He held it. He was a perfect coach. He held, but he couldn't. It's like all the floodgates came in.
Yeah.
From family history.
Yeah.
Heritage, background, being a Hornet.
Yeah.
And you brought it back home.
Yeah.
It's like all the floodgates just hit
at
one time.
The emotion hits.
If he could have went on that court and grabbed the ball and dunked,
oh man, out of windmill.
that's how bad. Because he actually jumped when he started. It was there.
Yeah, it was there, man. I mean, I think, and my wife kind of knows, but people don't realize what you go through being a coach. You get people telling you, you're going to get fired and you're going to lose your job and worst coach ever. And, what are you doing? And you lose them club games at TOC and the wheels are falling off and doubt starts setting in from people who support you. And you hear about private conversations about people who you thought were in your corner. They, digging against you. And then you hear transfer rumors and you just hear a litany of stuff throughout the year. And so everything kind of came out in that moment. I mean, if I could have grabbed a microphone and started rattling off names of people I needed to get back at, I would have. I'm trying my best not to right now.
It was there, man. You seen it all over him. And soon as everybody seen that he released, it was like it gave everybody else permission to release.
Yeah, because usually I'm very stoic on the sideline. I don't get too high, I don't get too low. I get on them when I get on them. When I need to get on them, I get on them. But I'm usually pretty stoic. And then Jay Wright won the 2017 title at Villanova, and his kid hit the game winner at the buzzer, and he didn't even celebrate, or he just kind of cracked a smile and went and shook hands. And one of my buddies, coach out there at Coweta, he said, "Man, that's gonna be you when you win this year." And I was like, "No, I'm letting it out this year, man. I'm letting it out because I don't know what I've been through, man." And it was special. The biggest thing, it was so special because that's my alma mater. And since I started coaching 20 years ago, I wanted to win a state championship at Booker T, and we were able to do that. And I was blessed to be able to win it at Central, and that was great. That was phenomenal. And I'll never forget that. And that was just as important as this one. But the thing that made this one a little bit more personal is because I went to school there, and I've been one that ring for a long time.
Now, what was the difference in the feeling this year with your players? And I know the feeling, but explain to the players the reaction of your players last year and their reaction this year.
Well, I made a post when we first won, and it said different tiers. And these are different tears this year. Last year's tears was agony and pain and regret and sorrow. This year's tears were joy and blessings and just ecstaticness and all of those things that came out of those kids as well. And I told them before the game, I said, I just want to see the smiles that you guys have and want to see the joy, because I know how hard they work. The 6 a.m. practices and workouts and going to practice for 2 hours and then leaving practice and working out again. I mean, those kids were dedicated. Those kids changed their games. And, to hear me gripe about shooting all year long and no, you're not going to shoot this shot. No, you don't have the red light. I mean, green light. You got yellow light. That means you can only shoot when you wide open. And some kids had a red light where you better not take a shot. You coming out. And I know they got tired of all that. And they finally just said at that game was like, okay. In the state tournament, I thought the last 2 games that we played were our best 2 games we played all year. Outside of when we played Bishop O'Connell down in Illinois, the number 18 team in the country, when we went to double overtime. And Bashan, that in that same showcase, which was the number 1 team in Missouri, I thought we played really well in those 2 games. But I thought our best games were those 2 state tournament games, and also our 3rd game against Collinsville I thought was really good.
So, Coach, usually you go 9-10 deep,
right,
in your rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So was that still the same format this year, or did you change?
Well, we changed it a little bit. We cut it short a little bit. We had 3 kids transfer on us this past year, and so that kind of shortened our rotation. And they were playing a lot, and they were in the rotation. Couple of those kids started certain games throughout the season, so we had to shorten our rotation down to 7 this year. But there were a lot of games that everybody got to play in and got to be in the rotation. But in this state tournament, it got down to 7, and that was our main rotation.
So have you started looking at next year? Most coaches say they really don't get to enjoy really the win because they start looking at the next year. Have you started looking at next year? Because you see that, okay, this player gone, this player gone,
Mm-hmm.
these players coming in, this player I have this. Have you started analyzing what you might have next year and what can be done and what adjustments you're gonna have to make it?
Yeah. We start doing that in February, when you start looking at what's going to need to be done for next year. And when we won it, the kids that are coming back are like, Coach, we doing this again next year. And it's like, so you start looking at it like, okay, well, what do we need to do this again next year? And then you get people who are like, okay, hey, legendary, but OG status is winning another one. And so the pressure's already on. I got to win another one next year, they tell me. So maybe my job will be on the line again next year.
I think it gives you some groundwork where you can, to me, I think it gives you a good bit more ammunition.
Oh, man, I love the hate,
to the players. No, I'm talking about to your players because you did win it.
Yeah, because
it gives you more ammunition where you say, hold on, time out. Did you see what I did last? Did you see what we did last year?
Right.
And you want to tell me you're not just a run? Okay, hold on, time out.
Right.
He done lost his mind.
Right. Yeah.
So it gives you a bit more ammunition.
Yeah, I mean, our kids are so competitive, man. We told them in that game in the beginning, like, hey, man, you're gonna have to compete in this game, not just show up and play and work hard. They're gonna play hard too, but you're gonna have to compete, and that's the difference in the two. And our kids are so, confident that they're like, man, we're gonna do this again. They don't really realize how hard it is to really win a championship. They do understand, but they don't, because so much has to go right. We didn't have catastrophic injuries all year. We didn't have, there could have been eligibility problems that could have tripped you up. There could have been outside influences that trip you up in terms of, a girlfriend or a family situation or something like that. And that just didn't hit us, or just poor shooting. You get it to a night where you just can't throw it in the ocean. And so the saying you rather be lucky than good is a true thing to a certain degree. You got to have some luck in this.
So is there any adjustments from district-wise that you all think you might have next year? Maybe move up to 6A, 6A2 or 6A1 or just plain 6A, or are they talking about adjusting what district y'all might be in next year? What are y'all hearing?
I'm actually not hearing much, but based on the numbers, the ADM numbers, it looks like we'll still be in 5A next year. And then in basketball, they don't split the 6A. It's just 6A, in basketball. Football is the only thing that they.
Would you want to go back up to 6A?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. 6A is fun. I mean, but here's the thing: when it's with it being districts, you're not always getting those good teams like it was in the Frontier Conference when we were in 6A, where we were playing Union, Jinx, Owasso, Broken Arrow, Bartersville, and all those other guys. I mean, so you were playing some really good teams every single night. So it was like preparing for the state tournament every single night. And so now with 6A, the way it's split up with districts, like for instance, BA and Union was in a district with Edmond North. So you get 3 good teams, and then you might have 4 or 5 bad ones.
So good.
And so same thing on the other district. It was Owasso and I can't think of who the other one was. That was really good in that district. And then all of a sudden you got the rest is just average.
And then when you come to crucial games, you really see what you have because you can't hang.
But that's why you go schedule that Illinois showcase, the Missouri showcase we went to, the Tournament of Champions, and then the Douglases of the world. So you can get that feeling. You can get that feeling. But I think there was such a shocker with this 6A year because Owasso, everybody pegged either Owasso or BA to win it, and neither one of them got to the finals. And so, and all those teams lose some significant pieces, along with Union and who won it, and Deer Creek who won it. They lose some significant pieces as well. So you're like, okay, well, we can go up to 6A and see what we can do. But I think with the numbers and where the numbers are, I think we'll still be back in 5A.
I always said that 6A, other between 6A basketball and 6A football.
Mm-hmm.
6A basketball, because you playing 5-on-5 and both teams got to play up and down the court, I can compete better against a 6A team.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a 5A team. I take that Weatherford team.
Mm-hmm.
That Weatherford team they beat Union this year.
Mm-hmm.
They beaten teams that's in 6A and they 4A.
Yeah.
So, but you put it against a football team,
yeah,
now it's totally different. Now they probably
gonna show up with 150.
Right.
You're gonna have 40.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. It's
you got to play in both ways. So it's a big difference in what you playing in basketball and football.
Yeah.
And while you heard all summer was, Owasso got this player coming in. Owasso pulled this player from this school.
Mm-hmm.
And Owasso pulled this player. And this is what they got coming in. And Owasso didn't even make it. You like, okay, I just knew.
Tragic.
Well, Coach Brown, there's another statement. In Northeastern Oklahoma was 3 teams in the Tulsa County that won multiple state championships. Memorial, Central, and Booker T. That now has been precedented again. Next year, y'all trying to run it back.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think your legacy is for Tulsa? Because you've been at both 2 of the major, you won state at 2 different teams in 2 different conferences, but your legacy, we just talked about it. You're 11-4 in your 15 years of coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in the playoffs at least 11 out of the 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think your legacy is going to be whenever you decide to step down?
Man, that's a good question. I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, I've always wanted to leave a mark or a legacy on Tulsa basketball. I hadn't really thought about the legacy. I usually like letting other people write that narrative because I don't.
Well, see, I know you, but I just wanted to know, your class personified.
Mm-hmm.
You've always been the same guy that I met when you coached my son.
Right.
You have never changed. You've always been the same. Your philosophy is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Your players might change.
Mm-hmm.
You might run different sets because you have certain personnel, but your coaching philosophy has never been different.
Right.
So I just wanted to know, what did you think about your legacy as it is now and going forward?
I mean, I would like to think that people would see me as a coach that, really push kids hard to try to be what I see in them, and one that loves to win and loves to work hard and doesn't want to get outworked, and just a winner. We all want to leave this place being considered a winner, and that's what I want to be considered as when my time is done. But I would like to think that my legacy is that, man. I'm not the caliber of Mike Mims and Nate Harris's of the world, and guys like the Terry Scotts and on this side and those coaches. But one day I would like for my name to be mentioned amongst those guys. If I ever get blessed to be able to do that.
I'm gonna ask a different question. And you probably already know what I'm gonna ask.
I'm wondering.
And you probably ain't gonna give me. You probably ain't gonna give me a answer that I want to hear.
It's probably gonna be a political answer.
Yeah. If the junior colleges or the major colleges come calling, because you are coaching at Booker T. It's not like you're coaching at Hale or whatever. You're coaching at Booker T, a major prominent school that is known for coaches. If they come calling, how much consideration would you give it? I know this is your alma mater, and it'll be tough for you to leave your alma mater.
Yeah.
And it'll be a long discussion.
Yeah.
And I know you want to coach your son. That's what you're looking forward to is coaching your son.
Right.
How much consideration would you give it?
Not much. Not much. Because again, you just said it. I want to coach my boy. I only get one chance to raise him. I only had one chance to raise my daughter, and I was there for her through everything she was doing, gymnastics, cheerleading, whatever. I want my son to have the same. And so knowing that if I go to a college,
you might not give him that.
I'm going to miss a lot.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to go to a college back in 2016, and I turned it down, Butler Community College, and it was like, no. And plus it was like $30,000 a year staying in a dorm. As a junior college, I said, no, man, I can't do that, and leave my And so I now, if you're talking about like a local team, TU, ORU, or is willing to put me on staff and be a part of the staff, and I'm not having to be the guy to be at every meeting and everything else, and yeah, that's a different story because I'm in town, I'm at home. But taking a junior college gig means I'm leaving the city and going to a remote area, so to speak.
ORU is looking for another coach.
Yeah, they're not messing with nobody like me. I've never coached college ball before. They're gonna get a name, man. These colleges want big name. They want the home run names, and I wouldn't be a home run name in the college world. So
everybody, hey, Tom Brady wasn't a home run name neither.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And getting into college coaching is a young man's game now. I mean, the young guys out there working their tails off and going 5 nights a week recruiting and all of that. I can't do all that, man. I like taking my son to school and picking him up. That means more to me than any amount of notoriety from college coaching or money.
But I think recruiting has shifted a little because of social media. And because what Coach Prime is doing, and because of what Coach Belichick is doing, I think some recruiting has shifted where a lot of the main coaches are not out there as much as they used to have to be.
That's true.
Because of social media.
That's true. But so I used to coach in the EYBL with Mocan, and we had these 4 sessions, and then we had a couple other tournaments in between there. Yeah, I was gone in the spring. So I was going the same time they were going to events. Those were the events we were playing in. And that really showed me like, man, this is really a grind to coach in. Now, while they're not coaching, they're watching and evaluating. So they got a lot more downtime than it would be. It still means that I'm gone from home and at an extended period of time. And I'll give you an example. I was with Mocan and we were in Brooklyn at an event. And I got stuck in Brooklyn, and I had to go to Westminster, to fly out of Westminster to fly to Charlotte, stay the night in Charlotte, and I had already been gone like 5 days. So this would make like 8 days straight gone. And the lady said, well, we can fly you to Bentonville, Arkansas, rent a car, and you can drive home from there. and I flew on this small plane with a baby crying for like 7 hours because I was ready to get my butt home. And when I got home, I said, man, I couldn't do this for a living. Be gone this long for a living. I could a couple of days, yeah, but and it was a lot.
A suitcase and
It was a lot. Coming home for 2 days and got to get back on the road. And when we went to Peach Jam, that was a whole week. And then we had to go from there to Kansas City and play, and then to an event in Vegas, a Jordan Brand event in Vegas. So it was like a 3-week thing. I said, man, nah, I think I did that for 2 or 3 years, and I was like, that's it.
So y'all heard him. Booker T, as long as y'all want him.
Yeah.
He ain't going
nowhere. Man, I have no reason to go anywhere.
So that means somebody got to come out some more money. Somebody got to come out some more money.
I do like the sound of a raise now. If the powers that be are listening, I do like the sound of a raise now.
So what do you have coming back next year?
I lose 2 starters, B.J. Harris and Jamari Simpson, and then another senior, Kenton Bowens, the We Want J-Bo guy that they kept, cheering for throughout those games. Those 2 starters they mean everything to us, though. Because you can bring in 3 back, you bring 5 out of your top 7, yeah, but those 2 guys are very important to the program. Jamari and BJ both
leadership.
Yeah, they went to state 4 years in a row, man. And they've been in the state finals twice, in the semis once. So they've won a lot of basketball games at Booker T, and they'll go down as some greats at Booker T, especially after winning it. And that's big. That's when you talk about legacy. Those 2 kids cemented their legacy and went out in style this year. So we bring back 5 really good pieces with experience, which is very important. So I think we'll be really, really good. I think we'll be really tough and talented because a lot of other teams lose pieces as well in 5A. And so I think we'll still be very competitive. I don't know how far we'll go. I think we can still get back to the state tournament, and anything can happen after that.
Do you have any height coming in?
No. No. I mean, that's the good Lord bless us with it. Well, I mean, I got a kid, Angelo Estes. He might grow up. He might grow to 6'6".
I'm sorry. I know you might have to go do some recruiting. It's NIL time. Every other school doing recruiting.
Yeah,
you might have to go do some recruiting.
Yeah, I just
I'm not used to seeing Booker T with point guards 6 foot tall, 5'10", the center 5'6'2".
Right.
We used to 6'7", 6'8".
I know.
6'9".
I know. That's what I was used to. I was,
you might have to go do some recruiting, coach.
I just, man, maybe the Lord will bless us with some pieces, man.
But it just seems like, from what we've seen, like Memorial, they just come and you look at their front line. We was like,
but they didn't have no height this year neither.
Yeah, but usually they have a bunch of height.
Mm-hmm.
The 6A teams, they have a dude. You'll be like, where'd he come from?
Right.
And he 6'8", 6'9", 6'6". You'll be like, where'd he come from?
They don't have 6A didn't have no height. 6A might have someone saying 6'6".
Owasso was the biggest team with Jax Curry. He was 6'11", and Montnotti's like 6'7", and Bolton Williams is 6'2".
Yeah, but you don't have a lot of height back there. No.
Not,
I don't know if it's something in the water, stunting growth, or something. You don't have a height.
It's not that much out there.
But you got girls that stand in 6. Now you got two twins. That's freshmen. Started freshmen. One started. One came off the bench. Both of them freshmen started for Union. Stand 6'1".
Dang. Our girls was bigger than us. Last 3 years, I said, dang, man, the girls team bigger than us, man. God, dog. Can we borrow some of that height? I mean, we small, man.
And they still growing. I look at it, probably by the time they leave Union, they're going to be probably about 6'3", 6'4".
Man.
And
all right, Josh Berry, you next then, baby.
Yeah, and they've been playing ball since they can dribble. Since they started walking, they've been playing ball. And like I said, they was freshmen this year, and one of them started, the other one came off the bench.
How old is your son now, Coach?
12, 6th grade.
Okay.
Yeah,
you got 4 more years.
Yeah. I got 2 now, because this year is basically over. 2 years till he gets there. And then another 3 years while he's there. So I got about 5 years left with him, and man, I want to cherish those years. One of the biggest blessings would be for me to win one with him on the court.
But then it's the pressure of the mama saying, hey, I know he's a freshman, but my baby need to be on the court.
Talking about my son?
Yeah.
No, my wife know better.
Nah, I'm about to say I don't think that's
She
gonna
know
happen.
I ain't doing. She know I'm hard on him, man.
Yeah.
Like, and anybody who knows me know, like, that boy gonna whatever he get, he gonna earn.
Yeah.
He gonna earn it. I'm not saying he's not gonna earn it, but in the background whispering, hey, you know our baby.
Yeah. He ain't no baby no more. We gotta let him grow up now. Come on. He ain't no baby now.
That's what it is.
He's 12?
Yeah, he's 12 now,
he's
man.
He's not that little bitty.
I mean, when he was
that little bitty dude that first came here and was hesitant on the mic
like,
and then
yeah.
took
Right.
it. He not that no more.
Nah, he not that no more, man. He playing ball and you know, he won. He was blessed to win a championship this year. And then he played with the 7th grade team this year, the second team, and they won it. And so he was giving me hell all year. Daddy, I got 2 rings this year. You ain't got none. So then when I won it, he said, you still one behind. I said, all right. I said, EJ, I can't win more than one in 1 year. He said, well, you could have won a tournament champions. You didn't win. I said, okay, get out of here, man. He's a competitor, man. He's a competitor too.
All right, let's talk before we go off here. Let's talk a little bit NBA, a little bit college. How you feel like the bracket yet?
No, I haven't, man. I hadn't filled out a bracket in about 5 years.
Man, go on.
It's always gonna get busted.
Go on the 2Dawgs website. You get a chance to win a gift card.
I might have to go check it out then. I might fill one out this year.
Yeah, fill out one. Go on 2Dawgs Facebook page.
Yeah.
I posted about 3, 4, 5 times. Fill out the bracket. Chance to win a Visa gift card. I got Houston.
See, that's what I got. Houston, Duke. Well, if Cooper played, but Houston.
Flag.
Yeah. Houston, Duke. My Final Four would be Houston, Duke. God dog, I'm going blank. Auburn, and who's my 4th one? Tennessee.
See, I got Houston. I had Houston, Duke, Auburn, and Florida.
Florida could sneak in. They wouldn't sneak in there. They'll bust it wide open.
That was my Final Four.
Yeah, they're good.
I got Houston. I got Houston winning it all.
I would love for Ralph to, Sampson to win one. Not Ralph Sampson, but I would like Coach Sampson to win one.
Coach, see if it works. Coach Carlin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's it going?
All right. How's it going?
I just want to know if y'all still live on the air.
Yeah, we still on air. Go ahead.
No. Y'all done set me up, man.
Hey, I done had
y'all
nothing to do
done
with
set
this
me up, man. Y'all done brought Carlin on here, man.
I done had nothing to do with this one.
He gonna say, man, come on. Carlin, what's up, man? Don't you got something else to do?
Coach Carlin. Where you go? You know, you can't hear me.
Hello?
Can't hear me? Coach Carlin.
We got a malfunction, man. We're going to do this another day.
There you go. Can you hear? Coach, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello.
There you go. All right, Coach. He can hear you.
Going.
All right, what's going on? That's going. He don't want you. He don't want you on here to say nothing. Cause
why'd you ask if he was live? Why'd you ask if we were still live, man? What's that got to do with
I want
anything?
to go publicly and congratulate my man. You know what I'm saying? Just on a well-deserved year that he definitely earned. And I just wanted to say it publicly. I already texted him all the other good stuff, man. I just wanted to. I mean, it's hard to do what he do. You know, it's hard to go out there and win a state championship. You know, I just wanted to kind of publicly go out there and say that's why I asked was you live still, and just because I wanted everybody to know, man, it's hard to as a coach to go through those things and win a state championship, and him winning the second one at a different school just speaks volumes.
I appreciate
that's all
that.
I wanted to say.
But Coach, what you did wasn't no easy feat. You come into a brand new school,
first year,
brand new coaching staff, and to go as far as you went. That's not easy right there.
No, not at all. It's hard to win the thing, man. It's so much has to go right for you to win, man. I was telling somebody else that the other day, like so much has to go right, and you gotta have that luck, man. And
no, definitely. But like I'm just trying to give my man his flowers, man, because I know a lot of it don't get. We don't like to give people their flowers while they're here.
I appreciate you, man.
In the process of doing what they're doing.
I appreciate you, man.
It is tough, man. It's
you all right with me, man? I might have to take you to tropical smoothie now.
It's this time of shot right now, man.
Taking a Browns donut. He'll Browns donut, man. Go and take him a Browns donut.
I got you, man. I got you.
Yeah. Well, no, that's all I wanted, man. Y'all be safe, man.
All right, Coach. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
All right. right, man.
So yeah, I got. He did. Coach Carlin did a heck of a job this year, man.
Absolutely.
He did a heck of a job. They come in brand new.
Absolutely.
New system. The girls had to learn a whole new system,
Yep.
whole new coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
I just think El Reno jumped on them before they knew it and trying to fight back from where they were down that first half. That's not easy, man.
It's hard to get out of that hole once you're in it. Yeah. And we saw that happen. I mean, honestly, you saw that happen in both boys and girls games. Both the losing teams got in the hole early, and it's hard to dig themselves out.
Yeah, and it was tough, but they fought, but it was just hard. It was just hard to get out of there. But okay, so I got Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I think Houston, where years before they didn't have nobody, they had one point guard and had defense. This year, Houston, they can shoot,
mm-hmm.
and plus they still got defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think Houston has a good shot, man. Out of all the number one seeds, you have Auburn, Duke, Houston, and Florida. I think Auburn might be the weakest link of all the number one seeds.
You might be right, but I think I'm with you on Houston because Houston has some of the same similar qualities that we have. Not super big, but tough enough dog. And I like, just like Lawton, I like the fact that their best shot is the second shot, the rebound, the offensive rebound. And when you got guys committed to offensive rebounding, you can always give yourself a chance to win games because you're giving yourself more possessions. In the running, jumping, and all that pressing and all that stuff, all it is you getting more possessions and easier baskets, trying to give yourself that advantage. And that's what offensive rebound does. It just gives you another opportunity to get a quicker possession more often. And they do that really well, and they defend really well, and then they can shoot it. And so, and I just think it's his time.
Yeah, he's been there. He's been there. What'd you say, yo?
It's topsy turvy. The only thing about college hoop to me is all the, like, I've heard now that the ACC and the Big Ten is talking about combining to have a super conference in basketball because they're trying to bring back more of the rivals, because they're saying now, UCLA playing Rutgers in Jersey, that's never going to be a rival.
Right.
Like, I like Arizona coming to the Big 12. Their basketball is better for it because it gives you another set of eyes and another blue blood that's playing along with the Kansases and the Texas Techs and the Baylors and the Houstons. So I see some of the aspects of great teams being in your conference, but then you got some of them teams that you like, really, bro? Why?
But in basketball, it's easier to still play those rivalries because you can schedule them.
Yeah, well,
and you won't be counted against you for scheduling a hard game.
Yeah.
It's going to benefit you if you lose against a tough team in basketball for the tournament than it will in football.
Yeah.
So that's not a hard thing to do right there.
So it's just different. To me, college basketball is getting the wrong end of the draw because we're not able to really attach to a player, because by the time, if they're really good, they don't stay in college long.
No, Cooper Flag gone.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And Utah trying to get them down there with them bad.
Yeah.
Utah probably end up with the number one pick.
And they're going after Flag.
And Flag will be in Utah. San Antonio trying to, because I think Wemby ain't playing. Darren Fox ain't playing.
Yeah, they shut it down.
They just shut it down. Pop ain't gonna be back.
Yeah.
So only difference is Utah got such a big lead
on everybody
on that first pick.
Yeah.
To get the most ping pong balls, it's gonna be hard for San Antonio to catch them.
Mm.
So that's not the bad thing. But usually when we get to the tournament, the basketball games themselves are entertaining.
Yeah.
But we have to wait till we get here till we get the better basketball game.
But to be true, I think the women's Final Four and the women's March Madness is gonna be better than the men.
I just hope Notre Dame's women's team and South Carolina get to play each other.
Oh, you want to see the cream of the crop?
Oh my God, I love watching Notre Dame's girls team.
No, but what I hate about this,
them two guards is fire.
You got UConn and USC playing and gonna match up before the Final Four.
That's gonna be crazy.
They got them in the same bracket.
Yeah,
just like last year, the women's tournament was so entertaining. So entertaining. I found myself watching more of the women's games than I did the men's games.
Oh, I'm ready. I am so ready to see Paige and Juju go up against each other. That's, hey man.
I just hope to find. I would love to see. Okay, I'm glad that game is happening early, but I hate that one of them gonna be knocked out. But then I hope Notre Dame can play South Carolina, or at some point, and I hope Notre Dame can play Juju or UConn at some point. Like I don't know what side of the brackets they on. I hadn't looked, but man. My uncle Levi used to say you win with guard play, and those teams got the common denominator. They all got good guard play.
Yeah,
all of them.
Man,
all of them.
But one thing I can say about the women's game, since there's more eyes on it, it's becoming very entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
it's becoming more entertaining to watch, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Juju is a beast, dog.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Juju is a beast.
She's good. She plays like a boy, like a man. Like she's out there step backing and fading away and shimmy shake like Kobe. And like I'm like, this girl can go.
And I hate that she's not getting the notoriety that she should be getting.
Yeah.
Right now,
she probably is on that side of the states.
But a lot of people don't know she done passed Caitlin Clark as all-time scoring leader.
Yeah.
As far as a sophomore, she done passed Caitlin.
Yeah.
But you don't hear nothing about it.
Well, you know.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
That's why.
Yeah, South Carolina and Notre Dame is in two different brackets.
So you won't see nobody
till they won't see anything till the Final Four.
Okay.
But South Carolina has to get. They might end up catching up against TCU. TCU right now is number 2 seed down there in that bracket. And TCU was balling this year. Them girls at TCU was balling. Texas was balling this year. South Carolina.
Oh yeah, Texas is good.
In that championship game, SEC championship game, South Carolina jumped on Texas, and Texas couldn't recover. It's the same thing that happened in the state final. South Carolina jumped on them in that championship game, and Texas didn't know what to do. And Texas is nice. Texas is nice. Their girl team is nice. That's a good division right there. You got Texas in that division. You got Tennessee. You got Ohio State. You got Notre Dame. You got TCU. That bracket right there ain't no chumps when it comes to the girls. I like the girls. I like the girls bracket. Let's talk a little bit NBA real quick. We got 5 minutes. NBA. We see what SGA doing. Bad man.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron should be back in another week. And I know you're a LeBron hater, but you turned out to like him a little bit this year. Do you think
you can count me as a LeBron hater? I'm just saying.
Will it come down to the Lakers and the Thunder?
No. Lakers won't be there.
You don't think they'll be there?
No.
Who do you think will match up with the Thunder in the Western Conference Championship game?
I mean, the Lakers do have a chance. I'm not gonna say that they don't have a chance. I'm just being a hater.
At least be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. The West has been crazy lately. it's hard to tell. I mean, you got some of the teams that might have opportunity, like your Warriors, your Timberwolves, not your Timberwolves, your Timberwolves. I thought Dallas was gonna have a chance, but they just everything just
everybody got hurt. They fell apart.
It just fell apart. So, I mean, it kind of did open up for the Lakers. It kind of has opened up for them to be the second best team over there. But I think if they do make it to the Western Conference Finals with the Thunder, man, Thunder in 5.
You think it'll be 5?
Thunder in 5.
I don't.
Who is Luka gonna guard?
Yeah.
We just gonna go. Remember, I told you we had that play. We're gonna go have to punch Luka. Yeah. I'd call it all game long. We make his butt guard. I'm gonna have to catch myself. Make his butt guard.
Yeah, because he can't handle a pick and roll.
Right.
He can't handle.
He just stands there. He's a cone.
So,
but they cover up for him. The Lakers cover up for him real well.
I would pick Luka up full court every time he is bringing it up and turn him 3 times in the front court and make him work for every bucket. You can go for 30, but you're gonna be tired, wore out, and then you're gonna have to guard me on the other end. So now I'm just going. I don't know if coaches in the NBA think that way. I don't know if that's something that's a thing anymore. I know they used to do that in the 90s, and I know everybody cringe when you bring up the 90s and all that. But man, you got to get back to making guys work for it. It's too easy. People switching picks without even getting touched in the NBA now. Back in the day, Pippen would have fought through a pick. Robin would have fought through a pick. Michael would have fought through a pick, and every day. And now it's just like they pick until they switch and get the switch in the matchup they want. Then they play one-on-one basketball.
Well, see, that's the difference between the Thunder. How's the game going to be called? I think what hurt the Thunder last year is because the type of defense that they play, the game was called very tight when they played Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dort couldn't get off. They got him in foul trouble. SGA wasn't getting the calls. I think the same thing this year. They got the number 1 half-court defense in the game. You don't want to go and get into a half-court game with the Thunder, which that's what the playoffs is in the NBA. How will the game be called? Will SGA get those calls that he's getting now? Will they? Because the Thunder don't do a lot of switching. They heads up. I seen Wallace last night. The other night, man, he played defense and he was right. He did some robbing stuff right up in your face, and the refs didn't call a foul, didn't call nothing. But in the playoffs last year, they would have called that. So I think that's what I'm worried about. How are the refs going to call the game this year in the playoffs?
Flip a coin. These refs are up and down. You don't know.
I think it's going to be Denver and Oklahoma City. I think Denver, if they're fully healthy, they'll give the Lakers problems because I don't think they have no answer for Joker. And I think that the height and the size of Dallas is going to give the Lakers problems.
Their size is hurt.
Right now.
AD playing right now in the G League. He's supposed to come back. I would sit AD for it. You don't have a shot of winning.
Yeah, ain't they number 11?
Yeah, they might as well sit them down.
Yeah, they number 8. Right now they battling Phoenix, and Phoenix act like they don't want it.
Phoenix is a letdown, boy. God no.
So that's the thing. So what are you going to do? You got, even in the East, Boston gets on my nerves because I cannot stand you shooting 63s in a game. That is so. That one game where they came down and they shot 20-some threes first quarter.
God, dog.
They ain't shoot no 2s, nothing but 3s. That game they shot 61 threes. 61,
and that's trickled down to the high school game.
Yeah, and all they did was come out and they were shooting air balls. Everything just came down shooting number 3s. And they lost. That irritates me, and I think that they're gonna shoot themselves out the game unless Cleveland feel like we got to go blow for blow with them, and they start doing the same thing.
But I think if Cleveland don't do that, they can get past that. Cleveland's rocking, man.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
One thing I see is when the Thunder played Boston last time, they beat them by 15. and they had no answer for SGA, because SGA to me is a very fundamentally sound player. He don't do nothing spectacular, but he know how to use his shoulder and he know how to get to his spots and get his
Footwork.
shot on.
It's all footwork.
And
It's
that's
all
what I say. That's what I say. How are they gonna call the game? But you gotta remember that Thunder ain't played the game this year. I don't think full strength.
No.
J-Dub is out right now.
Yeah.
Lil Dork is out.
Yep.
Chet back.
And they still
rocking and rolling.
Yeah, still rocking.
Mm.
So, but yeah,
Will they ever get over the hump?
I think if this is not the year, I mean they're loaded, and I think SGA then finally found it, because he get his shot and he makes it look easy, and you be like, bro, it can't be this easy. You will get the best of the best in the world, but he get his shot.
Because you can't speed him up.
Yeah,
he plays at his own pace, and he's going to shoulder fake you. He's going to use his step throughs. He's going to use his pump fakes. He's going to use his head fakes. He's going to use his hesitations. He's mastered all the fundamentals of the game offensively,
and he got it all in his bag.
His nickname need to be Grandpa, because he moves about as slow as a grandpa.
Slow.
He don't speed up. Don't move. His nickname need to be Grandpa.
But his shot is soaking wet, bro. When he let it go, it looks effortlessly.
Yeah.
It looks effortless.
And it's not from threes. It's all mid-range.
Yeah, it's all. But
that's what I love.
That's what you.
I love the mid.
Yeah, mid-range and free throws.
Man.
Because I'm like, bro, he don't have a major super crossover. You know, he ain't the fastest guy. He not going to blow by you. He not gonna do a step back. He gonna get the ball. He gonna use the pick and roll, and he gonna whatever you give him, he gonna take.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, y'all can't do nothing to stop this man. This man don't. But it's all fundamentally sound.
Mm-hmm.
He don't do nothing where you be like, oh, he traveled. Oh, he took so many steps. You can't ever say that about him.
But like I said, they have the team.
They're solid.
That you have to. They don't have no weakness. They almost number one in every category.
Yes.
And you don't find that.
Yes.
And teams, and they have the team where they're unselfish. They don't worry about who's the man. And this year, the difference I see this year is they know that SGA is the man, and they go to him at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And he's calling for the ball. Last year against Dallas, we talked about that. He wouldn't call for the ball.
Yeah.
This year, he's calling for the ball.
Makes a difference.
I think he got his confidence in, bro. He whatever shot he wants to get to, he gets there, and he does it so effortlessly. You just be like, and then you turn around, and he got 47, 44, 41. You like
efficient too.
Yeah. He don't miss a lot.
Other night he was 15 for 22.
Yeah.
And he had like over 30 some points.
Yeah.
And this was still at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Dang.
Dude is nice, man.
Yeah.
I put it this way. That was one of the worst trades that the LA Clippers ever made. When they traded him for Paul George.
Everything that glitters ain't gold.
But what does Presti must see something in these guys that we don't see? Because some of these picks, you'll be like, why did he pick that dude?
But they get difference.
Presti is picking pieces.
Yeah, he's picking pieces that fit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when they get there, they get coached up.
Mm-hmm.
Their coaching staff is one of the top coaching staffs out there, and that's what people don't talk about. Look at J-Dub. I remember when J-Dub first came. Dort couldn't shoot a three.
Right.
Dort was one of the ones that you said, dude, you ain't got the red light.
Right. Absolutely.
You ain't got the red. But now, Dort have a halfway green, halfway. He had a flashing yellow light.
Yeah.
It's all about coaching. It's all about coaching.
I think it's more culture than coaching. I think the Thunder have established a culture
of development.
Yes, of development and an unselfish ball.
But look at Wallace. Wallace came from Kentucky. He wasn't outstanding at Kentucky.
Pieces.
But he just fits.
Yeah, and then he signs them the friendly contracts. He makes them happy. He not giving them 30, 40 million. They getting 20 million, 3 years, 60 million. They happy with it because they know they can win the championship. They understand their roles. It's not no big eyes, good eyes. They know SGA is the man. And they play, and they all friendly. SGA put them all in. He's not selfish. He said, hey, when I do my interviews, when they all do interviews, they all right there. It's like a family.
Yeah, culture.
Culture. Yeah, that's what I see.
And Caruso them fell right in. That's the crazy thing. When you have people like Caruso and old dude that came from New York,
yeah,
and
they just fit right
fall right in line and doing the same exact thing that the players was already doing, and no complaints.
Culture.
Yeah,
culture. That's what the big thing about college football is the culture was established. If you establish your culture, and then everybody else falls in line. Because if you don't follow the culture, then coach don't feel like you're an asset. Then you can get rid of you.
Yeah, you can't mess up the culture, man.
Yeah,
you gotta get people like that out.
You see, they got rid of Diddy real quick.
Yeah, because you see, as soon as they feel that you're a cancer,
they ship Diddy, ship Diddy out real quick.
Yeah.
We ain't heard from none this year.
That cancer can
I don't
cost you
know where.
Yeah.
He in Chicago, ain't he?
I think so.
Ain't that where he got shipped off?
I don't know.
We ain't heard from him since.
Nope.
Hey, but if you just like T.O., remember T.O. was in the league. Everywhere they said he was a cancer, and nobody want to play with him. That's finally what got him out of the league.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Hey, we want to thank Coach Brown for being on the show.
Yeah.
Once again, congratulations.
Welcome. Thank you.
Congratulations on your championship. And hey, now, like I said, you thought you was the 100 this year.
Ooh. I need an armored truck or something.
You sure do. They coming
Vest, helmet.
They coming at you. They coming. You Booker T name was already up there when they beat y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's gonna be heavier.
Good luck.
But you got broad shoulders.
I do. I already said God gave me these shoulders to carry all that load, but they hurt a little bit, but they good.
So, Coach, I just gotta say, congratulations.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. You know, you family to me.
Yes, sir.
So, and you're a family to our show.
Thank you.
We enjoy you coming on here, showing your basketball guru-ness. And good luck. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being you.
Appreciate it.
And keep getting them dubs.
We're gonna certainly try. We're gonna certainly try.
All right, thank y'all for listening to the $2 Sports Talk Show. Make sure y'all go on our Facebook page and our YouTube page and our Twitter page. Fill out your bracket on the YouTube. We got a girls bracket. We also got a boys bracket. You got a chance to win a Visa gift card. First place will win a Visa gift card. See if you can beat the Dogs in your pick. Like I said, I chose Houston with my pick. I'm not going to fill out another bracket. I'm filling another bracket on something else. But I only got one bracket on 2Dawgs. No, I got to fill out more than one bracket. I can't just fill out one. But it's not going to be on. I ain't going to be one on 2Dawgs. So, hey, but go fill out the brackets. Enjoy basketball this week because it starts tomorrow night. And you got basketball for the next 3 weeks. Then NBA playoffs. Then the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Hey, best time of the year, baby.
Oh, I love this time of year so much. So much. Love it.
Hey, you bark at us.
We bark back.
Run.